Блять. Это попадет в кадр куда-нибудь в начало вообще, знаешь, можно так вот.
Начать.
I want to start with something really important for myself. Today, for the first time in my life, I feel like I have lived, because it's only now that I understand that for the whole my life, the voices inside my head have been killing me. Perfectionism, fear of death, constant anxiety because of money, and just anything really. And it's been so bad that I just wanted to include this in the video and show you the raw process of me creating the track. And it's gonna be my best video, raw, authentic, vulnerable, and you're gonna love it. Enjoy. So this is me trying to record this video yesterday. You know, these days when you wake up and from the start, from the very beginning, the first voice in your head just hits you and your mood goes to hell, everything goes to hell, like you want to die, you hate everything, you hate yourself, and you know that you have so much work to do. And that's exactly how I felt yesterday trying to record the video. And this is a really important part of the story, because I'm showing you that it's not easy to make music, but it's possible. So that's the demo of the track. My name is Vlad, and just bear with me and enjoy this video. I'm gonna be making a track today, just showing you the raw process. This is gonna be pretty intimate. This is like whole different fucking formats that I have right now on my channel, which I feel just inspired to do. It's more like cinematic and more live, like more me being myself. So I think it's gonna be really cool. Don't really give a fuck how many views this video will get, but I just felt like really fucking inspired to like make this like exact setting, make this exact content. So it's gonna be fun. Let's do some stuff. I was really fucking inspired when I was making the intro for this video, but what I want to say now is hold your expectations. Not like a limiting belief, but just to be like real with yourself. To summarize my experience with this track, to be like really on point, if you imagine that we start the track here, this is like 0, I hope this is correct, otherwise just flip it. So this is the start of the track, this is 100% finished. So it took me about like maybe anywhere from like 2 to 4, let's say like three hours to figure out the actual vibe, right? Which is like 70% here. And then another 3 to 4 hours, that's like 7 hours in total, to figure out the rest, which is like polishing the track. And I was expecting that I would just start recording the video, that I would like flash out this track instantly. Hey, this is my fucking track, like I'm such a good producer. I have to admit, I wanted to flex a little bit, but that's the lesson learned.
Да, вот это я тоже выложу. Мне похуй. В этом-то и прикол, что я не хочу, знаешь, как пытаться делать идеально вылизанный контент. Он и так красивый, блядь. Типа, ну, это выглядит красивее, чем я живу на самом деле, но все равно прикольно.
I want to start with the mindset that I have when I'm approaching a new track, and what's been working really well for me is just taking a project that I finished or like 80% finished and make a copy under a new name and add a couple more sounds. So you can see some of the sounds that I have here I'm not using in the previous one. It sounds like in a similar style, so I could play a little bit with that. And I already have the same kick and bass. Super important, because if you spend your time on like fine-tuning the drums, fine-tuning like synth stuff, kick and bass, you're just gonna lose all like this creative momentum. And I just have like same bass, same kick preset when I start, same drums, because it's really easy. Like I can focus on the creative part. So let me show you the track that I used as a template for this project. You already heard that. I used it in a lot of my intros. why this approach is really, really good is because it gives you consistent signature sound. It's really easy to start a project like that when you already have like an idea what you're making, right? I like having like a clear goal in my mind when I make a track. So if I want to make this like sci-tech minimal, I just copy the project, like a previous project, and start a new track. So that's how I do it. And I just quickly compare the old track and the new track so you understand how powerful it is to start with a template, especially if it's like a finished track that you really, really like. So the thing with this is how I make it. I'm not telling you that's the right way of doing that. It's just something that works for me. I'm not trying to reinvent the wheel. I'm rather trying to continue the tradition, right? Because I want to make music to express myself. So if you think of Apple, for example, they make a new iPhone every year. And that's what I'm trying to do with my tracks, right? Hope it's a good analogy. I think it's a great one. So that is super, super helpful for me. And one more really, really important thing with this is when you start adding new sounds, and you have to add sounds that complement each other, right? Because we're making the same style, you expand your preset library, we could say. It's just imagine that you are expanding your vocabulary when you speak a language, right? So that's the same thing that is happening to your music. You just like force yourself to add new presets to the library. I start using different synths which give you a different vibe, right? So again, to summarize, start with a template, have a kick, bass, drums ready, have a clear goal and style in mind, add more sounds to your sound palette, so similar presets in a similar style because it's a new track. And once you do this, the results will just flow naturally. I wanted to start a track with a real instrument, and what you see here is an instrument called oud, which means wood in Arabic, and quite often it's actually worked for me, but this time because the instrument itself was broken, so I couldn't really get some nice notes. I had the same strings for like 4 years, so I could get something from it, but what I learned is the best way to start a track is actually this. So this is how I start pretty much any track, and it works so well. Because I'm not gonna choose from the stuff that I played, try to just get something from that. We'll see what I end up with. For some reason it didn't work with the oud, and I was getting really frustrated, really angry at myself. I was thinking that I can't make music, I'm so shit, self-doubt, self-judgment. So I just decided to start with the bass and then everything else. Here you can see me doing that. This is a really important clip of me creating the bass line for the track. Although I changed the melody a little bit, I still went with the same vibe. So when you play a real instrument, you start vibing with the track, you start playing, feeling, listening to music on like this physical level. Really important. And you can see me feeling as well. That's normal, part of it, part of the journey. This is a really important lesson that I want to illustrate here, so you can see that creative process is not linear, right? We're not going from point A to point B. It's like this. It goes up, it goes down. Sometimes it goes backwards and then again and then again. So it's not linear. And a really big lesson that I learned, if something is not working, just change the approach, right? Because I started getting frustrated about the melody. And again, self-doubt, self-hatred, all this shit, all these demons started to kick in. Oh, you didn't do a good track in 90 minutes, so you suck, you're a bad producer, right? This stuff it doesn't let you to create without thinking and just like being in the moment, appreciating the moment. So I just took a different approach. So instead of starting with the oud, I came back to a proven formula that I'm always starting with kick, bass, drums, because that's the foundation, right? And then I made the bass, and on top of that, I created a new oud melody, which I'm gonna show you just in a second. So here you can see how a real art is being born. And I'm so happy that I captured this moment of me playing this melody, and I just want to sing along, and like I can imagine like a choir of people like oriental singing this, and I could like develop this idea, but this is the moment of me actually creating the final melody, so I'll just let you enjoy it and just see how the art is being born.
Да, я жил в интернате, мне было очень одиноко на самом деле.
Let's talk about the juiciest part of this video, version evolution. We're going to cringe a little bit together because I'm going to show you version 1, how it all started. So you're going to see the whole creation process, my thinking process, my intentions, and you're going to see how music is being born. Like nobody shows you, right? Nobody's showing you like the shittiest versions and so on and so on. And as I promised, I'm going to walk you through all the sounds and all that stuff. And as I said earlier in the video, I have this like ready project. This is exactly the same project, one of the previous tracks, right? And you can see I have the full project. So it's so easy to take, just pull sounds from here, change the pitch and so on. So here, how I started, you can see that I added new lead sounds, right? So this is all new, and I can play that a little bit. Let's do it. Right, and then usually I'm just adding like a bunch of sounds to play with, like my sound palette, so to say. Check this one. New sound. It doesn't mean that I'm gonna use everything from here, but it just gives me enough to play with, basically. And please don't forget about this stuff. Like, I'm being serious right now. If you don't have a keyboard, like, you must get one. Because once you start playing and recording live, like as you go with the track, trust me, the way that you make music, it will change completely. Because when you like do a filter automation, when you record the noise with velocity, like music starts to breathe. And this is something really, really important. Okay, so let's now talk about the first version. I just play you a little bit and then we're just gonna go by iteration. So you can see here the bass has some variation. It's pretty long, it's cool, but I felt like the lead sound was just like, it's way too cringe, so I didn't like it. And that was like all I did in 90 minutes. Don't put so much expectations on yourself, because your inner demons, self-doubt, self-hatred, the fear of showing the real you in front of the camera, sharing that music with people, it will just kick in. So don't put expectations, just create. So you can hear that it's a little bit cooler, but I just couldn't figure out how I would use this in the track. So the lead in the final version is similar, but just like a bit different. But you can see the evolution, right? So just compare the sound, and I'll put how I was creating the bass lines, the lead sounds, like, so you see my thinking process. So yeah, that's version 2. Again, I think like second day. So I've spent already like 3 hours on this and I got this. Again, speaking of expectations. Let's talk about version 3. My fucking software stopped recording the sound because I was opening new projects. I'm re-recording this. I'm pretty pissed because it was good from the beginning. But that's the beauty of this video. Like, it's raw and authentic, just the way it is, without like trying to be fucking perfect and like a different person. So version 3 is the version when I started adding more sounds to the track. Let's just start with the main loop, the main lead. So it's still like pretty raw. I wouldn't say it's finished, and I was kind of trying to copy myself from the previous track. So check this out. And in the third version, the lead is a little bit repetitive, but I got this really beautiful oud idea done here. So if you listen to this part of the track, it sounds really cool. Like, I really love it. It's just like me. So I was trying to make little accents with the analog synths. So if you listen to the oud, how it works with the analog synths, it sounds like this. Right, so it's like a call and response. Plus, on top of that, I do have a couple more instruments, kind of repeating the oud melody, so thus reinforcing the melody, the groove, and so on. If you listen to this. And with the oud, adds a really like beautiful and powerful vibe to it. Yeah, and one really important lesson from version 3 is you want to start arranging the track as soon as possible, because if you get stuck in this like 8, 16, like 30 seconds loop, you're just not gonna finish the track. So that's the thing. And really what I was trying to do again is just develop the track idea, and I wanted to put this. So it's not really like a lot, but this is like from the third version. It was like, I think day 2, like day 3. I guess that was like the evening of day 2 when like I got this, and then from day 3, I think I like almost finished the track. So this is version 3. Okay, so this is version 9, which is almost like a finished track without, of course, the polish and details. So all I did here is I just took the main motif, like the lead sound, the little melody that I have, and I just used that as a foundation, and I spread it across the whole arrangement And then I just added layers using the same notes, so I could add those little accents. Just listen to solo, kick, bass, and lead. It sounds pretty cool, but it is lacking something, right? It is lacking depth, fullness. Now listen with the layers. So it's super simple. Again, I'm making it so short and I'm intentionally not showing you like all the technical stuff because you have to create. You have to create. You have to cry. You have to hate yourself. Not like that you must do that, but it's just going to be part of the process. Sometimes, not always. Right, and then I had to figure out again, like on the synthesizer, I spent like hours like sitting figuring out the melody for the bass, for the lead sound, right? So that's the thing. I'm able to show you the whole thing, but what I want to express in this video is the pain of creation sometimes. Again, not always. And if you think of the track, this is the section 1, right? Again, we could... It's of course not as cool as what you can hear in the video itself, like this is version 15, right? This is section 1. This is section B, which creates a really nice contrast in between the electronic dark, like sci-tech, psychedelic. And I feel like this part of the track is just like me. It's so cool. And then I have the final one, which is like the final drop. So you can see I almost have like 3 tracks in one, 3 big ideas. That's how I make music. I don't give a fuck about the rules, how it should be played in a club. I don't give a fuck. This is my music. I do what I want. Like it or not, I love it. That's the only thing that matters to me. So here we have the 3rd drop. And then using the same concepts, the same, I don't like the word rules, but things that I talked about, techniques, I'm just gonna do the same thing to the last drop, right? So add little accents, add little transitions, and yeah, and that's it. That's how you make a track, pretty much. So then we can talk about version 15. I'm just gonna show you like the final polished result. And yeah, that's how I made this track, and I would say that this is one of my best tracks. For some reason I just vibe with it, even though it was created through like this pain, like I was suffering. I absolutely love it, right? So listen to now like a bit more polished sound, a bit more polished structure. And once I mix the track, it's just gonna sound amazing. But this is already playable in the club, okay? So that's it for this part.
Вот просто, знаешь, может кому-то интересно будет рассказать об этом, что, ребята, если вы думаете, блядь, что для того, чтобы зарабатывать деньги, вам нужна какая-то ёбаная школа, вам этого вообще не надо ничего. Это полный бред, просто потеря времени. И я, собственно, даже то, что в доту играл, шпилил с пацанами, это мне больше профита и фана какого-то дало.
Alright, so I can't believe that I'm actually recording this because I went through such pain when I was recording the video. I mean, actually not recording, but like making the video, making the first step, like starting with the intro and so on. But I want to talk about some conclusions, what I realized with this track. So I have some points that I would like to talk about. Number one, hold your expectations when it comes to creating music, because sometimes it flows Блять, пиздец. Hold your expectations when you are making music, because sometimes it flows effortlessly. Sometimes it flows effortlessly. Fucking kidding me, what? Sometimes it flows effortlessly. Блять. You know what I'm trying to say. Fuck this shit. And sometimes you're just gonna go through... You're gonna go through some pain. You will have these expectations projected on you that, like, you want to make it happen in, like, 90 minutes, but just create. Number two, the importance of playing real instruments. I can't stress it enough how much this can change your approach to making music and how it can, like, add and bring more life into your tracks. So I have this beautiful flute, which is like a little bit too big for my hands, but I still can do, like, I can do this. Do you think I would be able to do this with a fucking, like, a library or, like, synthesizer? Like, synthesizer is a bit different instrument, and when you play, like, a different when you play synthesizer itself, it's like playing on keys, right? But when you add those live elements into your music, at least, like, for my taste, for my ears, it is a part of my sound. There's, like, ethnic, oriental, Middle Eastern, traditional, psychedelic, and all these terms, they describe my music. And it's so important to just record as you go, like, feel the music, feel the rhythm. I'll be making more videos about that, so I'll uncover this topic for you all. But it's so important to actually, like, just hit record, fucking play the bass notes, the lead notes, and then you just gonna enjoy that. You're just gonna enjoy that. It's gonna be really amazing. And I don't want to make it too long. Number four, your voices inside, your demons, this shit is your number one enemy. And I'll be making more videos how I'm healing, like, spiritually, mentally, because I've had some really crazy breakthroughs. Don't listen to this stuff too much, although, like, it doesn't help when I say it so, but just be aware how your mind is just fucking you. It's fucking you, and it will not let you enjoy music sometimes. It will self-sabotage you, and so on, and so on. And big conclusion for this video. I am super happy that I decided to make this video, that I actually shared something personal. So it is more like me being myself. These are the type of the videos that I want to be making. Something fresh, something that is, like, you can't see in other tutorials. I don't want to be talking about fucking, like, 10 ways to mix your bass. Like, again, nothing personal. It's good content. I'm learning from that. But I just want to make art. I want to make art. I want to show you the real creation process, so you see what is actually included, what I'm going through. And I wouldn't say it was hard. Like, I wouldn't say it was hard. It was, like, surprisingly pretty easy to make this track. But I just felt like shit throughout the process. Not because the track is shit, but just because, like, this is my enemy. This is what's killing me, like, pretty often. It's getting better, but pretty often just, like, fucks you over. And one really important point that I wanted to add here, like, in the track, it's super minimal. So trust me, when I say minimal, it's going to be the next stage in your music production journey. Because when I just started music, I wanted to add. Now I just want to subtract and make sure that everything is working for one groove. It's like this wall of sound, and I'm just getting fucking goosebumps when I'm talking about this. Just so good. When everything is working for one sound, like all the instruments, all the elements, it's just like it flutes. It's like a flute. It's hard to explain. Like, you should feel that. I just feel that with my music, how, like, this is cool, and I want to teach you how to do the same. So this is, like, minimalism, focusing on one thing, and yeah. So that's gonna be it for this video. If you want to get help with your music, of course I'm gonna promote my shit. Do you think I'm doing this, like, all for free? Like, yes, I'm gonna be selling my coaching to you because I'm fucking great producer, which I like truly believe in. But like seriously, if you're interested in coaching, if you want to start creating art, like music, video, this kind of stuff, there's a link down below. Just check my calendar, book a call. Let's make some fucking amazing music, bro. I'll help you to become the music producer that you want to become. So hope you like it. See you in the next video. Bye.